Hello and welcome to Captain Squad. This is Vishal Roy and I am here to discuss about SSC CHSL 2020 examinations that will be held in the month of April 2021. These are my some credentials. I have qualified WBCS 2019 prelims and appeared for the mains of the same last year. And I have also qualified for WBCS 2020 prelims whose mains will be going to be held in April, that is after 3 months. I have also qualified CHSL 2018 Tier 1 plus Tier 2 and Tier 3 is basically the typing test जिसमें हम लोग आगे आने वाले इस वीडियो के आगे में बताऊंगा कि क्या होता है बेसिकली. एंड CGL 2019 भी मैंने अपीयर किया है फॉर Tier 2 एज वेल एज Tier 3. ओके, सो नाउ मूविंग अहेड विद द CHSL एग्जामिनेशन. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट CHSL एग्जामिनेशन. ये बेसिकली एक हायर सेकेंडरी लेवल एग्जामिनेशन है जिसमें कोई भी स्ट्रीम के आप हो, इररेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ आर्ट्स, साइंस या कॉमर्स, आप इस एग्जामिनेशन के लिए अपीयर हो सकते हैं एक्सेप्ट फॉर द पोस्ट ऑफ DEO इन C and AG. ओके, सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट इस एग्जामिनेशन के थ्रू हमें क्या क्या पोस्ट मिल सकते हैं. सो CHSL एग्जामिनेशन के थ्रू बेसिकली हमें 3 तरह के पोस्ट मिल सकते हैं. फर्स्ट, यह है LDC, दैट इज अ लोअर डिवीजन क्लर्क, और JSA, दैट इज अ जूनियर सेक्रेटेरिएट असिस्टेंट. सेकंड जो है वो PA या SA, दैट इज द पोस्टल असिस्टेंट या सॉर्टिंग असिस्टेंट. एंड द थर्ड इज DEO, दैट इज द डेटा एंट्री ऑपरेटर. सो सबसे पहले हम लोग LDC के बारे में बात करते हैं. नाउ व्हाट इज LDC? LDC बेसिकली एक क्लरिकल जॉब है जो हमें डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स में मिलते हैं. वो हम लोग अभी आने वाले टाइम पे अभी बात करेंगे. वीडियो के आप लोग देखते रहिए वीडियो. सो बेसिकली ये जो CHSL के थ्रू हमें जॉब्स ऑफर होते हैं वो बेसिकली क्लरिकल और डेस्क जॉब ही ऑफर होते हैं. देयर आर वेरियस डिपार्टमेंट्स. ओके, एंड इसमें बहुत अच्छा मिनिस्ट्रीज भी है, अच्छा डिपार्टमेंट्स भी है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस. ओके, सेकंड है जो PA या SA. ये आपको नाम से ही पता चल रहा होगा, जैसे कि पोस्टल असिस्टेंट या सॉर्टिंग असिस्टेंट. बेसिकली ये जो इनका जो जॉब प्रोफाइल होता है वो पोस्ट ऑफिस में होता है, राइट. सो यही है PA या SA. एंड थर्ड जो है दैट इज अ DEO, दैट इज अ डेटा एंट्री ऑपरेटर. ये जो पोस्ट है वो डेटा एंट्री, आपको नाम से ही पता चल रहा होगा, डेटा एंट्री का इनका जॉब होता है, बोथ इन द ऑफिस ऑफ कंट्रोलर एंड ऑडिटर जनरल एज वेल एज नॉर्मल अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट में भी DEO का पोस्ट होता है. ओके, सो अभी हम लोग देखते हैं कि आपको कौन कौन से इस एग्जाम को क्रैक करने से आपको कौन कौन से पोस्ट, कौन कौन से डिपार्टमेंट में LDC का पोस्ट या JSA, दैट इज अ जूनियर सेक्रेटेरिएट असिस्टेंट का पोस्ट मिल सकता है. ओके, सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द डिपार्टमेंट्स. तो CHSL के थ्रू हमें कौन से डिपार्टमेंट में एज अ क्लर्क जॉब करने का चांस मिलता है. सबसे पहले हम लोग देखेंगे CBI. आप सबको पता ही होगा फुल फॉर्म इसका, सेंट्रल ब्यूरो ऑफ इन्वेस्टिगेशन. एज अ लोअर डिवीजन क्लर्क या फिर कुछ कुछ डिपार्टमेंट्स में ही वही पोस्ट को, सिमिलर पोस्ट को एज जूनियर सेक्रेटेरिएट असिस्टेंट भी कहा जाता है. तो हमें CBI जैसे डिपार्टमेंट में काम करने का अवसर मिलता है. सेकेंड जो है वो है NIA, दैट इज द नेशनल इन्वेस्टिगेशन एजेंसी. अगेन आप सभी को मालूम है कि इसका कितना आजकल नाम है, और ये ऐसे डिपार्टमेंट्स है जिसमें आपको काम करने से एक प्राउड फील होता है. जस्ट आपको, सिर्फ आपको ही नहीं, आपको फैमिली, आपके फैमिली को भी एक प्राउड फील होता है कि आप लोग उनके जो चाइल्ड है वो इतने बड़े ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम कर रहे हैं. नंबर 3 जो है वो है एनफोर्समेंट डायरेक्टोरेट अगेन. Number 4 is MEA, that is the Ministry of External Affairs. इन सभी में आपको एज लोअर डिवीजन क्लर्क ही काम करना पड़ता है, राइट. एंड नंबर 5 है इंटेलिजेंस ब्यूरो. यहां पे इंटेलिजेंस ब्यूरो का काम वो जासूस वाला या जेम्स बॉन्ड वाला नहीं होता है. मैं पहले ही ये क्लैरिफिकेशन आप लोग को करना चाहता हूं. ये जो पोस्ट होता है ये सिर्फ एक क्लरिकल जॉब का पोस्ट होता है, राइट. एज एलडीसी आप लोग ज्वाइन करेंगे, उसके बाद आप आफ्टर 7 to 8 years आपका प्रमोशन होगा, आप फिर यूडीसी बनेंगे, फर्दर उसके बाद प्रमोशन होके आप एज असिस्टेंट सेक्शन ऑफिसर, मतलब आईबी से आप जो ज्वाइन करेंगे उसके दो प्रमोशन के बाद में जो आप पोस्ट जाएंगे, दैट इज एएसओ, असिस्टेंट सेक्शन ऑफिसर, वो आप सीजीएल एग्जामिनेशन में एंट्री लेवल पे ज्वाइनिंग करते हैं, राइट। तो आप लोग समझ पा रहे होंगे, आई होप, मैं क्या बताना चाह रहा हूं। सो दिस वाज ऑल। सिर्फ यही मिनिस्ट्रीज या डिपार्टमेंट्स नहीं है, आई एम सॉरी, नॉट मिनिस्ट्रीज, आई शुड से डिपार्टमेंट्स, और भी बहुत सारे डिपार्टमेंट्स है, लाइक एएफएचक्यू, आर्म फोर्सेस हेडक्वार्टर्स, अगेन वेरी रेप्यूटेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, और भी है लाइक कैंटीन स्टोर डिपार्टमेंट्स, राइट, सेंट्रल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ट्रिब्यूनल, लबासना, दैट इज आप लोग सबने सुना होगा, लाल बहादुर शास्त्री नेशनल एकेडमी ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, जहां पे यूपीएससी देके सब आईएएस आईपीएस ट्रेनिंग पे जाते हैं, डीओपीटी के अंदर, दैट इज अ डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ पर्सनल एंड ट्रेनिंग के अंदर जो पड़ता है, वहां पे भी आपको एज लोअर डिवीजन क्लर्क काम करने का चांस मिलता है। सो दिस वाज ऑल। और एलडीसी के अलावा, ये सारे डिपार्टमेंट्स के अलावा और भी कुछ मिनिस्ट्रीज है, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस है, राइट, देयर आर few others like Ministry of Textiles, Ministry of Power. So you will get an ample number of options to choose, but for that we have to be in the final merit list, right? So हम लोग अब second category of job offered by CHSL देखेंगे, जो कि पहले हम लोगों ने देखा जो LDC या JSA वाले पोस्ट में जो डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस या डिपार्टमेंट्स या मिनिस्ट्रीज में मिलते हैं। अब हम लोग देखेंगे PASA, दैट इज अ पोस्टल असिस्टेंट या सॉर्टिंग असिस्टेंट। ये बेसिकली जो पोस्ट है, ये दैट इज अ ग्रेड पे 2400 पोस्ट, ओके, 2400 ग्रेड पे का पोस्ट है। मैंने मिस आउट कर दिया था एलडीसी वाले के लिए, वो जो पोस्ट थे उनमें आपका ग्रेड पे है जो वो है 1900, ऑलराइट। सो दिस इज द बेसिक डिफरेंस। इसमें एक्चुअली आपको पोस्ट ऑफिसेस में ही काम करना होता है, राइट, and the basic difference is that you will need to work here in this, if you choose, if you are allotted in this department, that is a Ministry of Post, so you will be allotted in you will have to work for 6 days a week, all right, and whereas in LDC, if you join in departments like CBI or NIA, you have to work for 5 days, that is from Monday to Friday, and it's basically a 10 to 5 job, right? Sometimes you have to just go to the office on maybe Saturdays and Sundays, otherwise it's completely a 5-day job, whereas इसमें आपको 6 days जॉब करना होता है। और इस पोस्ट में एलडीसी के कंपैरिजन में थोड़ा सा प्रेशर होता है। सो यहाँ पे एक पॉइंट ये है मार्क करने वाला कि जिन्हें CHSL सिर्फ एक जॉब लेके, बिकॉज अभी कंपटीशन के टाइम पे एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द पैंडेमिक वी ऑल नो द जॉब स्केर्सिटी वी ऑल आर फेसिंग, सो हम लोग अगर इन फ्यूचर एक जॉब लेके हायर एग्जामिनेशन लाइक CGL या UPSC CSE या FCAT या CDS, इनके लिए अगर प्रिपेयर करना चाहते हैं, सो आई वुड सजेस्ट दैट LDC इज अ बेटर ऑल्सो फॉर रेपुटेशन। आप अगर बताएंगे किसी को भी कि ऑब्वियसली दैट यू आर वर्किंग इन CBI या यू आर वर्किंग इन अ पोस्ट ऑफिस, सो आई गेस यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से, ऑलराइट। So this was all about PASA. Now moving ahead to the third category. So the third category is of DEO, that is data entry operator, right? इसमें दो categories है basically. This is the grade pay, 2400 grade pay and 2800 grade pay. This is the first time in CHSL examination, ये जो 2800 grade pay इसके थ्रू, इस एग्जामिनेशन के थ्रू, this is the first time it has been offered. So basically it is a data entry job, like, okay, so you have to work in the office of the CAG and other offices as well except the CAG, all right, so that's all, okay. So अभी हम लोग देखेंगे ये, this is one of the most favorite topics of the aspirants कि हमें पे कितना मिलता है स्टार्टिंग लेवल पे। So अगर हम लोग बात करें LDC और या JSA के, तो this is a basically pay level 2 job, right? So approximately if someone is posted in a X city that is कोलकाता, मुंबई, दिल्ली, यहाँ पे अगर आपका पोस्टिंग होता है, बिकॉज CBI या NIA ये सब डिपार्टमेंट्स बेसिकली you will be there are maximum chances that you will be posted in the cities or Delhi, right? Or जो specifically like MEA है, Ministry of External Affairs, so that is a 95% chances कि आपका posting दिल्ली में ही होगा. So वहां पे आपका posting at around approximately 33K के आसपास होता है ज्वाइनिंग बेसिस पे, ज्वाइनिंग लेवल पे आपका. PASA के अगर हम लोग बात करें, सो दिस इज अ पे लेवल 4 जॉब. इस पे आपका सैलरी थोड़ा सा ऑब्वियसली थोड़ा ज्यादा होता है बिकॉज दिस इज अ पे लेवल 4 जॉब. LDC से दिस इज अ हायर पेइंग जॉब. इसमें अप्रोक्सीमेटली आपका स्टार्टिंग लेवल पे जो सैलरी होता है वो होता है 40K के आसपास. ऑलराइट. एंड वैसे ही ये भी है, DEO का भी अप्रोक्सीमेटली इतना ही होता है या 4-5 हजार एक्स्ट्रा ही हो सकता है. ऑलराइट. सो लेट्स मूव ऑन विद द स्ट्रेटेजी पार्ट, हाउ टू डील विद द एग्जाम. सो मूविंग अहेड टू द स्ट्रेटेजी, हाउ टू क्रैक द एग्जामिनेशन. सबसे पहले आई वुड लाइक टू से दिस इज अ 3-stage एग्जामिनेशन. ऑलराइट. द फर्स्ट स्टेज इज अ CBT, दैट इज अ कंप्यूटर बेस्ड एग्जामिनेशन. ये बेसिकली एक 1 hour एग्जामिनेशन है ऑफ मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस. यू विल बी टेस्टेड इन different sections like you can see maths, English, reasoning and GS. Each section would contain 25 questions and each question would comprise of 2 marks, right? So basically there will be 25 questions, 25, 25, 25 and 25. That is total आपका 100 questions रहेगा that you have to answer in 60 minutes. So you can see that एक question के लिए आपको 1 मिनट से भी कम टाइम मिलेगा. Alright. So let's talk about the tier 1 strategy first and then we'll move ahead with tier 2 strategy and the tier 3 strategy. All right. So let's start with maths. Okay. So maths section. So basically maths में आपका 25 questions रहेंगे. अब maths भी जो CHSL में है, ऐसा नहीं है कि आप CHSL के लिए कुछ अलग से प्रिपेयर करेंगे मैथ्स के लिए एंड देन अगेन फॉर CGL अलग करेंगे, देन अगेन MTS के लिए अलग करेंगे. नहीं, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. यू हैव टू टेक एन इंटीग्रेटेड व्हाट टू से स्ट्रेटेजी, राइट? कि आपको पहले सिर्फ शॉर्टकट्स पे फोकस नहीं करना है, आपको बेसिक्स पे फोकस करना है. सो बेसिकली मैथ्स भी अगर हम लोग ऐसे कोई डिवीजन नहीं है कि एडवांस से इतना आएगा या एरिथ से इतना आएगा, बट हम लोग एक डिवीजन अगर करें तो there are 2 parts of maths. One is the advanced maths. Advanced would comprise of like trigonometry, algebra, geometry, mensuration and data interpretation. And arithmetic, you all know that percentage, profit and loss, basic arithmetic, mixture alligation, alright, simple interest, compound interest. So यही दोनों से आपको टेस्ट किया जाएगा. अगर हम लोग एक और पोर्शन की बात करें जो some people take it in advance या some might take it in the portion of arithmetic, that is a number system. All right. So this is also an important chapter. और सिर्फ मैं यहाँ पे मैथ सिर्फ CHSL एग्जामिनेशन का ही बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. आई एम ऑल्सो टॉकिंग फॉर CGL एग्जामिनेशन एंड ऑल द अलाइड एग्जामिनेशंस लाइक MTS और भी जो SSC और भी एग्जाम्स कंडक्ट कराते हैं, क्योंकि सभी एग्जाम्स के टीयर 1 के जो पैटर्न है वो सेम है. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि आपको CHSL में बहुत इजी क्वेश्चंस मिलेंगे और CGL में you will be tested in very hard questions. All right. So let's talk about the sources to which I referred for cracking CHSL examination twice. Like I said before, I cracked the CHSL 2018 examination tier 1 and the recently जिसके results अभी निकले 2019 CHSL examination as well. So let's talk about the sources to which I referred for the math section. सबसे पहले जो मैंने किया था बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए, बेसिक्स यू हैव टू फॉलो, यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन बेसिक्स प्राइमरीली, राइट? लाइक द चैप्टर्स परसेंटेज एंड प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस, रेशियो प्रोपोर्शन. You have to thoroughly go through a book named R.S. Agarwal. You can easily find this book in other websites like Flipkart, Amazon or in some bookstores. All right. So what you have to do is you have to clear your concepts first, right? Like if I talk about periodically or what to say, अगर मैं लाइन वाइज बताऊं कि सबसे पहले आपको कौन सा चैप्टर करना है अरिथमेटिक में, यू हैव टू फर्स्ट follow a sequence of doing percentage, then ratio proportion, then mixture alligation, and then you can do according to your wish, like profit and loss and other time, speed and distance. But the reason why I told to do percentage first is because percentage and followed by ratio proportion is because these two are the basic stepping stones. इन्हीं दो चैप्टर्स के बेसिक्स आपको हर एक चैप्टर में, वो आप यू टेक स्पीड डिस्टेंस टाइम और यू टेक सिंपल इंटरेस्ट, कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट, these chapters are nothing but the applications of either percentage or ratio and proportion. So the two most important chapters according to me are percentage and ratio proportion in the arithmetic section of the maths. Alright, and from where you have to do it from RS Agarwal class 9 and 10. Alright, so you can go from there. This is also applicable for the advanced section as well, like algebra, trigonometry, mensuration. For example, हम लोग जब advanced के बात करते हैं तो it is basically all about the formula game. Alright, if you are well enough, you have memorized well enough the formulas of algebra, mensuration, like mensuration में जो properties हमारे जो हैं, like of square, of triangle, of different, there are again different types of triangle, equilateral triangle, scalene triangle, isosceles triangle. Alright, then again 3D mensuration में अगर हम लोग बात करें like prism, pyramid. Alright, so आपको mensuration part पे, जैसे आपको properties पे focus, you have to focus on the properties. If you can recollect the properties or the formulas in the examination hall, then the sums are almost very easy. Very few sums are little bit difficult or moderate. Alright, so advanced portion I would like to suggest, first of all you should memorize all the formulas. कौन कौन से वो है? Algebra, trigonometry के formulas, again trigonometry like we all know the sin theta, tan theta, वो सभी के जो values है, sin 30 का value, cos 30 का value, sin theta equal to p by h, cos theta equal to b by h. These are all the basic formulas you will get in this book. Alright, so आपको ये clear करना है. Then moving ahead with geometry portion again properties. आपको जो important theorems है, like the midpoint theorem, like the Thales theorem, you have to all do this periodically. धीरे धीरे आपको ये सब पहले प्रॉपर्टीज करना है. पहले आप प्रॉपर्टीज कर लिए, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपने एक थ्योरम किया, राइट, थेल्स थ्योरम, वो पोर्शन करने के बाद आपको फिर वही बुक में एग्जाम्पल्स मिल जाएंगे सॉल्व. यू जस्ट ट्राई टू सॉल्व देम विदाउट सेइंग. ऑलराइट, सो दिस इज अबाउट द बेसिक पोर्शन. आपको बेसिक कहां से करना है? RS अग्रवाल, दिस इज द बेस्ट बुक. अब जब आपको बेसिक आपने कर लिया, आपने बेसिक एक टॉपिक सोचे, फॉर एग्जांपल आपने परसेंटेज ओवर कर लिया, अब आपको लगा कि हाँ मैंने परसेंटेज ये बुक कवर कर लिया है, तो अब मुझे कहाँ से करना है? देन आपको यू हैव टू डू द प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस ऑफ SSC CPO, CGL, irrespective of tier 1 या tier 2, because in tier 2 as well, CGL, there is maths. It comprises of 200 marks and 100 questions in CGL tier 2. So you don't have to see that, okay, I am appearing for CHSL examination, so I won't solve CGL examination. No, this is a completely wrong, misguided concept. ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि if a question comes in CGL, it won't appear in CHSL. Alright, so आपको irrespective of any examination, आपने एक टॉपिक खत्म किया, मान लो equilateral triangle, you have completed all the properties, you have noted it down and memorized. You take up a book, very nice book, that is a Kiran previous year questions. Easily you will get solved this book in the market or the online stores. It comprises of around 10,000 MCQs that have appeared in the previous years. You solve of that part of that topic, equilateral triangle के आपको type wise वहाँ पे question मिल जाएंगे. जैसे equilateral triangle, I guess it is in type 1 of the geometry portion. Triangle में for example आपको मिलेंगे, you will get around 25 to 30 questions in Kiran previous year book. So you try to solve without seeing the solution. You try to solve it by yourself. Alright. If you are able to solve more than 90, at around 90 to 95% of the questions by yourself, then your memorization is very nice and आपने बहुत अच्छे से उस टॉपिक को पढ़ा है. Alright. 5%, 3% आप solution, that is the best part Kiran book में, they are provided with the solutions as well, but still I would say that the solutions are not very good, but still it is okay, you can see. And there are various other platforms also where you can type and search the Google also, and in Captain Squad also we will be planning to provide the solutions in the upcoming futures. So for that, stay tuned with us. All right. So basically, you can move in this way for the math section. All right. Even if you don't have this Kiran book, there is an alternative. That book is also pretty nice. That is a Rakesh Yadav publications book. All right, that is also similar, but I guess it does not have the type wise questions like in Kiran. All right, because in Kiran it is like type 1 it is equilateral triangle, then again type 2 I guess it is isosceles triangle. So all the questions of previous year that have actually appeared in CGL examination tier 1 and tier 2, in CPO examination, in CHSL, every SSC examinations. All right, so they will be provided in that book. So both the books are okay, but if you were to take my opinion, I would always prefer Kiran publications book. And I would also like to say here one thing, that you don't have to do much older questions of SSC. All right, they have become, not, I would say not outdated, but I would guess it would be better if you practice by the recent trend. So basically, you have to solve the previous year questions, particularly from when SSC started taking online examination from the year 2016. That is a computer-based examination. All right. So you can get the actual questions. I would like to mention two websites for that. One is the QMaths. Another is a Kraku. All right, QMaths and Kraku. You can get all the previous year questions of SSC CGL examination. Okay. So you can search in Google QMaths and Kraku. So you will get all the previous year questions of not only maths. All right. You will get the entire question paper of 2016 of CGL examination tier 1, tier 2, of CHSL examination, of CPO, any other SSC examinations as well. All right. So this is a very good source, because I would like to rely upon the recent trends for the past 3 to 4 years. All right. So that's all I would like to say for the math section. And one more thing I would like to tell here, that is that you can also attempt the mock test of the section wise and the full paper also, right? For example, if you think that that you want to test yourself in a particular section, like suppose maths, so you can give the test for maths in Kraku, or you can download the question paper from Kraku or QMaths. So you can set a timer. All right. And I guess in Kraku, they have also provided the timer that will give you a real-time exam pressure like feel. All right. So you can rely upon these sites. So you can do accordingly. Okay. So let's move ahead with the next section. So let's deal with the English section. So for English section, there are basically two parts. All right. One is the grammatical part, and the other is the vocabulary part. Out of 25 questions, in the vocab part, I would like to say first, in the vocab part, there are a number of things, for example, in which you will be tested. For example, like the idioms and phrases, the one-word substitution, and I guess synonyms and antonyms. All right. So if we take just the vocab part, out of 25 questions in English, the vocab part would comprise of near about, you can say, 7 to 8 questions. All right. And for the best thing about the vocab is you should have a collection of the previous year vocabs that have come in the SSC examinations, and that again Kiran is the best source you can refer to. All right, in Kiran you can do the idiom, phrases, one word substitution, all of them are given there. And for this particular section, I would not like to say you that just rely upon for the past 4 to 5 years. All right, you do it every vocab given in the Kiran book, every vocabulary, that is a idiom, phrase, or one word substitution, or synonyms or antonyms. All right, from the Kiran part, be it even if it has come in the examination of 1999 or 2003, still you have to do it. because that will give you a bunch of collections. All right, because if we say practically, there is no end of vocabulary. All right, so you should do at least so much that you that comes under that umbrella of the vocab. All right, so this was about the vocabulary portion. Now moving ahead for the grammatical portion, SP Bakshi is a book. You can easily find this in the market. This is a very good book, I would say, and this is a rule book. You can do it from this. All the rules relating to the grammar of English grammar, you can do it from this book. Okay, so this was about the grammatical portion. One thing I would like to suggest from my side, that which I always did from my childhood, and I think which gave me a little bit edge, is that newspaper reading. All right, rules वगैरह, if you ask me, practically I have not done any rules, or I have not memorized any rules, but still I got a decent marks in English, around 45, 46, 42, all right, out of 50 in tier 1. So that was basically, I would like to give the credit to newspaper reading. All right, so basically it develops a thinking, और आई वुड लाइक टू से एक माइंड में एक आंसर लाने का कैपेबिलिटी आपका इंक्रीज करता है इफ यू डू द न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग. Not only newspaper reading, if you are continuously reading the English books, or if you are interested in reading any storybook or novel, all right, they will also increase your grammatical skills, because at the end of the day, I don't think that rules you can recollect in the examination hall. सारे रूल्स, इतने सारे एग्जामिनेशन के टाइम पे, एक दिन पहले उतना सारा रूल्स, उतने एग्जामिनेशन इंटेंस प्रेशर पे 100 क्वेश्चंस, जिसमें सारा आपको मैथ्स का भी याद रखना होगा. यू हैव टू रिमेंबर ऑफ द जीएस पोर्शन ऑल्सो. तो उस एटमोसफियर में आई डोंट थिंक दैट द ग्रामर you will be able to recollect. Still, you can do it from the SP Bakshi book, but the newspaper reading, minimum 30 minutes every day, you should devote for the newspaper reading to enhance your grammatical skills. It will also help you in the comprehension part in the examination of CHSL and CGL also. In CHSL examination also, you can expect at around 5 to 7 questions from the comprehension part out of 25 questions. That is a huge amount, I guess. And in CGL, if you take CGL examination, of specifically the tier 2 of CGL examination, there are 4 to 5 comprehensions, comprising each comprehension comprising of at around 8 to 10 questions. So you can imagine the importance of newspaper reading. All right, so that's all about the English section, and I would now like to go for the reasoning section. So let's now talk about the reasoning portion. Reasoning में what I referred to was the YouTube videos, because reasoning portion जो है, this is a little bit analytical, and even if you haven't done anything in reasoning, still I guess an average student also will be able to attend easily at around 17 to 18 questions out of 25. But your target should always be more than 23, or I would say 25 out of 25 in reasoning, because this is a scoring portion. All right. And there are some topics in YouTube, in reasoning, like for example, the number series, the sequence one, all right, the mirror image, water image, all right. So direction distance test, all right. So what I refer to were the YouTube videos. You can find, suppose you have to clear the concept of a particular topic. For example, I would say direction and distance, or say like ranking. All right, there is also a chapter named as order and ranking in reasoning. So you can search for that in YouTube, and you will get ample number of videos. All right, that will help you clear your concepts in that particular topic. And after clearing your concept from that particular topic, you just see and check which one you are most comfortable with, or you are better you are able to understand in a better way. You just see from that, and those are not very much big videos. All right, in 1 or 2 videos your concept will be clear of that particular topic. After clearing the concept of that topic, what I did was I referred to again Kiran previous year questions. The more you will, the reasoning, there is only one thing, the more you practice, the more you will be able to solve in reasoning. Alright. There are some topics like number series. This is a very problematic topic for many aspirants, because no matter how much you practice, there might come a series in an examination that you are not able to find the trick. Missing number again. Alright. So what you have to do is you have to gradually increase your capacity. Alright. That IQ will be attained gradually every day through everyday practice, and that practice you have to do from the Kiran previous year questions. Alright, again I would like to say in this portion also, you have to focus more on the past 4 to 5 years, not very old questions. Alright, past 4 to 5 years, if you see every examination like CGL, CHSL, CPO, then there are junior Hindi translator examination that SSC conducts. So there are there are a few other examinations as well of SSC. There will be 7 to 8 examination whose the preliminary, that is a tier 1 level, is the same. Alright, so you can download those questions, stenographer, SSC stenographer for group C and D. You can download those questions and solve, because all the examination, those tier 1s are common, same. So there is no difference in the level of the tier 1 examination. Okay, so that's all about the reasoning portion. Now I would like to talk about the most problematic, I guess the most problematic topic for the aspirants, that is a GS portion, general studies. So let's talk about the GS portion, that is a general studies portion. Now this is a very talked about portion कि हम लोग इसमें क्या पढ़े, because such a vast topic. As you can see, there are n number, there are these 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, science maybe this is the general science portion that comprises of physics, chemistry, and biology. All right. So ये कोई 11, 12. This is not of the 11, 12 level examination, that you will be tested only of the basic 10th level science. Okay, that is a physics, chemistry, biology, economics, and current affairs. So firstly, I would like to talk about this portion, and current affairs I will talk about separately. So history. History, you can expect at around 3 to 4 questions from history. Again, history also has 3 portions. Alright, ancient history, medieval history, and modern history. So basically SSC does not talk or ask questions in very much depth about these topics. Alright. This is not a UPSC or state PCS examination. They will only ask you basic questions related to modern history, like when did Gandhi's Dandi March start, or you can say that who was the only Delhi Sultanate ruler who was killed in a battlefield. All right. So these sorts of questions you have to you will have to answer in the examination. So you can refer to a source. This is a book named as Tarun Goel subjective book, not the objective one. In that book, it is very lucidly covered the topic of ancient, medieval, and modern. Not very much pages, I guess 70 to sorry, 70 to 80 pages. All right, you just go through those topics and just read it thoroughly, like a story. All right. And after completing the portion, for example, you have completed a topic, suppose the national movement in the modern history part. So after completing that national movement, you will have to refer to the SSC previous year questions of the Kiran book. Again, you will get it in the market of the Kiran general studies book. All right. So first complete a portion, complete a topic studying theory wise, and then go ahead with the solving of the MCQ portion. This is the way one should have an approach. All right. Similarly, polity also. Polity, you won't have to do any much in depth, but a little bit you have to do the articles about the president, vice president, prime minister, chief minister. Again, you will find the theory wise. Again, the same book, that is a Tarun Goel subjective book. All right. After completing, again you go to the previous year of SSC questions and solve. If you are able to solve 90 to 95 questions, then it's a very positive sign for you. All right. and same with the geography portion as well. Indian geography is the most important part. The physiography of India. All right, the landform, the mountain system, the northern mountains, the plateaus, the plains. All right, the rivers of India. Where is its origin of the different rivers? The Himalayan rivers, the peninsular rivers, the origin of Indus, origin of Brahmaputra, origin of various rivers like Narmada, Mahanadi, Godavari, which river is called the Dakshin Ganga. All right, that is the Godavari. So these all type of questions you will find in the SSC previous year examinations. All right. Science again. Science. This is a little bit problem for those who haven't studied science in after 10th. All right. But I would like to say here कि इसमें कुछ भी डरने की बात नहीं है. All right. Because this is the basic science. You will only be tested up to the level of 10th only. All right. Basic science, like what is the unit of momentum. Momentum is nothing but mass into velocity. All right. So its unit will be what? Mass kg. Momentum is nothing but mass into velocity. Mass का unit होता है kg and velocity का is meter per second. तो the momentum का ऐसा unit will be kg meter per second. Alright, so ऐसे ही बेसिक लेवल के ही क्वेश्चंस आते हैं जनरल साइंस के. सिमिलरली आपको बायोलॉजी में भी टेस्ट किया जाएगा. ऑलराइट, व्हाट इज अ स्मॉलेस्ट बोन इन द ह्यूमन बॉडी? दैट इज अ स्टेप्स बोन जो ईयर्स में होते हैं. एंड व्हाट इज अ लार्जेस्ट बोन? ऐसी टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. केमिस्ट्री में भी द डिफरेंट केमिकल नेम्स ऑफ फॉर एग्जांपल द ब्लीचिंग पाउडर, एमोनिया, ये सब के आते हैं जनरल बेसिक लेवल्स के. सो जनरल साइंस टॉपिक पे I would like to suggest you should follow the Lucent General Knowledge book. I think it is better compiled there than Tarun Goel subjective book. Alright, so yeah, that's it. Refer to Lucent General Knowledge book, subjective, for the general science portion. And after completing the topic of a particular topic, for example, you are doing rest and motion from physics. Alright, you do it MCQ wise, solve all the previous year questions from the Kiran book. That's all about the general science portion. And the next is economics. Now economics is a very analytical, again an analytical subject. Basically for the past few years, we have been seeing that the questions that are being asked in the economics section is more of the current affairs based. All right, not the static part. Static part again, little bit topics, for example, the RBI, the banking system, those are important, right? When was the RBI Act done, right? So these are all the topics. And for the current affairs portion of economics, I will deal with the current affairs of economics in the current affairs section, which I am going to deal now separately. All right. So let's move ahead with the current affairs portion of the general studies. I would like to tell that this is the most important part. If we see the recent papers, nearly 7 to 8 questions in the out of the 25 questions in the general studies have been asked from the current affairs portion. Now it is a very confusing thing that if you have to deal with the current affairs portion, if you have to deal with the if you have to go through the newspaper daily, or you have to go through the magazines. Well, I did not go through the newspapers. Yeah, I did it for the grammatical portion, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, so what I did for the current affairs portion is I would rub this portion so that I can write study IQ. Now study IQ, I'm sure that you must have all heard about this YouTube channel Study IQ. That is they have launched a few, I guess a year ago or so, a course on current affairs only. That is a monthly best 300 current affairs. Okay. Monthly best 300 current affairs. this is the only thing I did, and if you do this thing only, I am pretty much sure that you will be able to attempt most of the questions. Alright, not all, but even if not all, but you can attempt at around 5 to 6 questions out of 7 to 8 questions in the current affairs portion. So this is the only thing to which I referred for dealing with the current affairs portion, and not only for the current affairs of CHSL examination, I referred to the Study IQ monthly best 300 current affairs for ample number of examinations. Like even for the WBCS examination, that is a West Bengal Civil Service examination, I referred to it for the 2019 prelims as well as the 2019 mains that I gave. Also for the 2020 prelims of WBCS, that also for CGL examination and various other examination. If you are not willing to do the current affairs from this source, then you can refer to any good magazine. There are a number of magazines like the Pratiyogita Kiran or the Pratiyogita Darpan. Alright, so you can do accordingly to your choice. So that's all I would like to say about the current affairs. And current affairs is very, very important. Observing the past recent trends of the examination, it is becoming increasingly important for all examinations, all right, of SSC, irrespective of it being CHSL or CPO or CGL or other MTS and stenographer, and as well as for WBCS and other state service examination. All right, so that was all about the general studies portion. But I would like to say one more thing here. I would like to add at the end that since it is a very big umbrella, because general studies पे आप कितना भी time invest कर लो, it is not sure that if you give 40 hours or 80 hours to general studies, you will definitely score above 40. It is not like that. So here I would like to add one thing: maths, English and reasoning. In these three topics, alright, maths, English and reasoning, there is a confirmation. For example, if you devote approximately 2 hours to English for studying a particular part, let's say the vocabulary part, all right, if you complete the 15 to 20 years of, say, idioms and phrases, so it is very likely that you will be able to question few questions. All right, not all, even if not all, but you will be able to attempt few questions of idioms and phrases. But that surety is not there in the GS portion. Even if you study from many different books and many resources, still there is no confirmation that the question that appears in the examination, that will be known to you. All right, so again I would like to say that for GS, just do the things that I have said previously in this video, and current affairs that I told, Study IQ, the best source. All right, so this was all about the tier 1 strategy. All right, I hope you all liked it, and if you all liked it, I would like to say that please subscribe our channel Captain Squad and like our Facebook page as well, if and only if you like this video, and if you think that it has benefited or it has given some knowledge to you. Okay, thank you. So now let's move forward to the tier 2 examination strategy for SSC CHSL examination. Well, I would like to say here that the strategy or the level of question asked in the CHSL tier 2 examination or CGL tier 3 examination is the same. Alright, so if you prepare for CHSL tier 2 examination or if you prepare for CGL examination tier 3, you will be prepared for both the examination. Alright, I guess you are getting my point, what I am trying to say. So basically the format here in tier 2 is, for the past few years in CHSL, there is an essay of 50 marks and there is a letter The letter may be formal or it may be informal. All right. The letter also comprises of 50 marks. So you have to attempt both the questions, one essay and one letter. There will be no options. So you have to attempt both in the given time of just 1 hour. So it is quite significant to score good in tier 2 examination, as this stage will also add up with the tier 1 marks, and it will be counted in the final for making the final merit list. Okay, so I would say regarding the essay first. See, regarding the essay, for example, in the CHSL 2018 Tier 2 examination, the topic asked was the increasing population, a menace. So basically, this is a common topic, right? So you can easily jot down points and then write down. No points will be, however, no points will be given there in the examination. You have to think. I would like to say that first, for the 5-6 minutes, you first think on what things you have to write, and the format should be of the essay should be like the heading. You have to give a nice suitable title. Then first the introduction, the body, then after the changing the para, you should give the body, and then the conclusion, the positive effects or the negative effects. All right, so this is the way you should write a good essay. And the essay may be a general, may be given for a general topic, or it may be given of the important schemes of the central government as well. All right, like the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sarak Yojana, or the Ayushman Bharat scheme, or the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. All right, so these have been asked, the things which I am mentioning here, these have been asked in the previous years of either the CHSL Tier 2 examination or the CGL Tier 3 examination. Alright, so you have to be well prepared in the general topics as well, like population control or accident, road accident or train accident. Alright, and for the government schemes part, you have to go through the few government schemes. Easily you can get in the YouTube videos. You can search about again in the study IQ video regarding, for example, if you want to know about the Ayushman Bharat scheme. All right, so you can simply type Ayushman Bharat either in Google or in YouTube. You will get ample resources. So you have to just check and jot down the points. You have to remember a few important points, like when was the scheme launched, who launched the scheme, in which city or at which place the scheme was launched. So these are the facts you must remember regarding the scheme. All right, and the word limit for the essay is 250 words. All right, but the main thing here is, if you exceed 10% more than the words 250, or even if you have written less than 10% of 250 words, then your paper won't be evaluated. All right, so this is a quite little bit tough task to do, because in the examination pressure you have to count and write. All right, and not only just write, but write relevant points within the given time. All right, so this is the thing I would like to say about essay. That's all. Now moving ahead with the letter portion. Again, the letter portion is comprises of two parts: formal and informal. Now, what is a formal letter? Formal letter is a letter which we write to our friends or brothers, sisters, right? Our guardians, parents. That is a formal letter. An informal letter is something that you write to an authorized person. All right. For example, to the officer in charge of any police station, or to the newspaper reporter. All right. So those are the stuff of the informal letter. Now again, here the most important thing in letter is the format. All right, be it a formal letter or the informal letter, the format is very important because it contains marks. The format contains marks. Okay, are you getting my point? So after writing the format, you must give a very nice introduction. Then again, same like I said in essay, then after para change, the body, and then lastly the conclusion. All right. So for the format part, I would like to say that the format is very important, and for that I will ask you to follow a book called Wren and Martin. Okay, very famous book. I am sure you must have heard about this book, Wren and Martin. You can find easily there the format of both the formal and informal letter. Okay, so this was all about. Okay, so the questions that are asked in also in there is an version of SP Bakshi, that is a subjective version. Okay, so there also you can find the format of the formal letter and as well as the informal letter. Okay, and the questions, for example, the question that appeared in the CHSL 2018 Tier 2 examination was an informal letter. Okay, and the letter was that write a letter to your friend or brother, I guess, brother, sister, regarding the harmful effects or the hazardous effects of the excessive use of mobile phones. Now again, this is a very general topic. We have been studying about this. We know the positive. In this scenario, however, they have only asked about the hazardous effects of the excessive use of mobile phone. All right. So in this letter, it is very general topic. One can easily attempt with a good question or with a good writing thought process. Okay, so basically the Tier 2 examination is all about this stuff which I have told, and in general it is considered that in Tier 2 there is a little bit, it is a luck based examination as well, Tier 2, because the examiner might like your handwriting or might not like your handwriting, or it might depend on his or her mood as well. All right, so these all also matters, these all minute things also matter, but in general it is said that in Tier 2 examination the average marks is 60 out of 100 for the Tier 2 examination of CHSL or the Tier 3 examination of CGL. Anything more than 60 is a plus point or the bonus for you, or anything less is the negative point for you. Okay, so this was all about the Tier 2 strategy of CHSL. Now let's move on to the Tier 3 strategy. Okay, so now we have moved on to the Tier 3 strategy for CHSL examination. Now this is a very crucial stage, because if you fail in this stage, no matter how much you score out of 200, even if you score 200 out of 200 in Tier 1, and if you even score 100 out of 100 in Tier 2, and still if you fail in the typing test of CHSL, you will not get the final selection or the final job. All right, so I hope you understand the importance of this stage of this examination. So what is the typing test basically? So in the official notification of SSC CHSL, they have mentioned that for English, for typing in English, the speed must be in the keyboard, it must be 35 WPM, that is 35 words per minute, and if you type in Hindi, the required speed is 30 WPM, that is words per minute. Okay, so how to attain this speed? Now from the day you fill the notification, all right, you have to start practicing the typing, because it will not be, the typing speed will not be attained in a day. All right, it will near about take around 2 to 3 months, 4 months approximately, if you devote 1 hour per day for typing only. So from where will you don't have to join any class, or you don't have to purchase any course. All right, the source from where I did typing, it is absolutely free. You people can easily download in the laptop, if you have a laptop or a PC in your home. All right, you can easily do it in there, or you can even go to the cyber cafe and practice from there also. Alright, so the software which you need to install is tip 10. This is the software from where I practiced typing. Alright, so basically what is this software all about? Basically typing is not done from our fingers. ये fingers का खेला नहीं है. This is all done from our subconscious mind. Okay, so इसमें अलग अलग मॉड्यूल्स है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल द फर्स्ट डे दे विल गिव यू अबाउट द 4 fingers ASDF, द स्मॉल फिंगर ASDF, ऐसे करके हर अलग अलग फिंगर्स का अलग अलग बटन होता है. ऑलराइट, बिकॉज जनरली व्हाट वी डू, वी यूज दीज 2 fingers ओनली फॉर टाइपिंग, बट दैट इज नॉट द ट्रूथ. We have to use all the 10 fingers, because ultimately if you use only 2 fingers and someone else who is using the 10 fingers, his speed will be 5 times more than yours. Alright, I'm sure you're getting what I'm trying to say. So you have to use all the 10 fingers, and for that you have to use this software. This is a free software, you can install it in your laptop or PC. From there you have to practice the modules. For example, the first module is just I told ASDF semicolon LKJ. You have to practice it, that module, for 1 hour daily for at least 3 to 4 days. Then you will see that your hands are compatible with these 8 letters ASDF semicolon LKJ. Then again the next module, like this there are 8 to 10 modules, and in the typing test of CHSL it is seen that there are not much or almost none of the special characters or numbers are there. So the typing is basic level typing, not much advanced. Like there are no special characters or the numerical characters, those are very rare. Alright, so basically you have to do for the practice of the letters only. Okay, so in a month or 2 months, if you do continuously, after at least 1.5 to 1 month, you complete all the modules. Don't do the special characters and the numericals modules, because that is not required. You just complete the letters modules and space, enter, all those stuff. Okay, after completing, you what you can do is you can type in the notepad or also in wordpad as well, from seeing the pamphlet as well. Or you can again there is a very unique feature of this software, is that you can type your own story and then again type. They will after typing, when you complete, they will show every details, your typing speed, your percentage error, everything. Alright, so this is very very beneficial, because in the typing test the speed matters, but also the accuracy matters as well. Alright, there is a limit. If one exceeds, then even if he or she attains the speed of 35 words per minute, he or she will be eliminated. Here is a percentage error. The general candidates can will be allowed 7% error in the whole typing, and for SC, ST, OBC the 10% error is allowed. Okay, so the accuracy is also very much crucial along with the typing speed. So this is the software I was talking about. One more thing I would like to add here is you just don't have to attain the speed of 35 words per minute. Okay, you should always aim, I'm talking about English part, because English that's what I typed, that is a 35 words per minute. For Hindi it is 30 words per minute. You don't have to attain the speed of 35 words per minute only. Okay, you have to have a target of at least 45 words per minute. That should be your target. You have to attain within 3 months. You should set a target, 2 to 3 months, because if you at home only, if you are at a speed of 35 words per minute, then when you go there in the examination hall, a lot of other factors will be counted. For example, the exam pressure, and along with you in the same hall, 50 to 60 other candidates will also type. So the typing sound, that will make you very much nervous, and also the constant pressure on you to keep it the less error free. Okay, and also the most crucial is that you will not be allowed with your own keyboard. The keyboard that the center allows, that you have to take. Okay. So I would also tell you to just not practice with one keyboard. I would also like to say that practice with at least 2 to 3 keyboards. That will just give you a edge that you are not just compatible with only one keyboard. Okay. So that was all about the typing test, that is the tier 3 of CHSL. Thank you. So let's talk about the cutoff of the previous years of SSC CHSL examination. So let's see the 2019 examination. You can see the cutoff for general is 159.12. It is quite very high cutoff, since the vacancies have decreased little bit from the past few years. Okay. And due to also the rise of competition. Okay. So 159.52 for general, 136.10 for SC, 127.32 for ST, and 156.10 for OBC of the year CHSL 2019. See the difference of cutoff from the year 2018 to 2019. Near about 25 marks have increased in the cutoff. So I guess you can see how much the competition has risen over the past 1 year. Okay. So this is the cutoff of 2018 tier 1 CHSL examination of the various other categories. Okay. So we discussed about the tier 1 cutoff of the previous years of CHSL examination. Now let's see the tier 1 plus tier 2 cutoff. Tier 2 एग्जाम होने के बाद एक cutoff जारी किया जाता है SSC के थ्रू. That is a combined cutoff of tier 1 as well as the tier 2. That is, your tier 1 marks as well as the tier 2 marks will be counted. Okay. So there are particularly 3 lists. Okay. The list 1, the cutoff for the list 1 is for the post of DEO other than CAG. Alright. The list 2 cutoff is for the post of DEO in the CAG office, that is a Comptroller and Auditor General office. And the list 3 is for the cutoff for the post of JSA, LDC, PA, Postal Assistant, Sorting Assistant. Okay. So the various cutoffs are given. So in the year 2018, the cutoff for list 1 of the combined both the tiers of CHSL were as follows. The general cutoff, you can see 252.06. SC/ST no cutoff because no vacancies were there for these categories. OBC was 243.43. For the list 2 cutoff, that is for the post of DEO in Controller and General Office, Controller and Auditor General Office, was 223.60 for general category. For SC category 181.48. For ST 185.15, and for OBC it was 212.09. The list 3 cutoff for the post of JSA, LDC, PA and SA. For general it was 190.33. For SC it was 143.93. For ST it was 133.60. And for OBC it was 167.07. So my point is that just clearing the cutoff in tier 1 won't help you, alright, in securing your name in the final merit list. Our target will be to have our name in the final merit list. Okay, to secure a job. हम लोग को at the end of the day एक secure job चाहिए. So I would like to suggest to always target, according to your category, always target for plus 20 marks ahead of the cutoff. For example, अगर general का cutoff for the list 3 in tier 1 you saw, I guess it was 135. So you should approximately target for at least 155 to 160 out of 200. Okay. So that will give you a very high confidence and high edge over other students who are just clearing the cutoff on the edge. Okay. So that's all about the tier 2 plus tier 1 plus tier 2 cutoff for the CHSL examination. If you clear the cutoff for tier 1 and tier 2, the combined cutoff that comes after the tier 2 examination, okay, so you will be eligible to appear in the typing test. Now, if you qualify the typing test will be held. Okay, so after clearing the typing test, then again the SSC gives a final merit list. Then according to your preference and according to your marks, you will get a job. For example, in the Ministry of Communication, that is for the post of PA and SA, there is a different cutoff. For the post of LDC, in various like in previously in the video, I have talked about the different departments where you can work as an LDC or as a JSA, like in CBI, NIA, Ministry of Defense, AFHQ, Indian Navy, IHQ. Okay, so there are different cutoffs for different departments. Okay, so again, I would like to say here one more thing, that just clearing the combined cutoff also would not lead you to secure a job. You have to at least target for 30 to 40 marks. 30 to 40 marks lead. In your respective category to secure a job to the in the SSC CHSL examination, provided you pass the typing test. Because like I said before also, even if you score 300 out of 300 marks in SSC CHSL examination, but if you fail to pass the typing test, your selection will be cancelled. Because at the end of the day, this is a clerical job. You have to work in the computer, you have to type. Okay, so the typing is very essential. So that was all about the SSC CHSL examination. I hope you all liked the video, and I would like to say that if this video has given you some information, or if you have gained some knowledge about this examination, that is the SSC combined higher secondary level examination, then I would like to request you to follow our channel for more updates, and also like our Facebook page, that is a Captain Squad, and stay tuned for more updates and other related videos for state exams as well as the central SSC exams as well. And if you have any doubts or queries, you can obviously comment down in the comment section. I will personally respond to each and everyone's comments or doubts. Thank you very much and have a nice day.